Greetings, welcome back to the channel. My name's Raf Britton. I'm a wildlife photographer in Ireland. In today's video, we're at the Cunnigar and we're going to go and see what's around. So as you'll have just seen, the oyster catchers are making quite a lot of noise. I've only just got here, so I'm quite excited to see what ends up happening today. There's a few Brent geese around as well. I'm just going to go down, so I'm a bit lower because I was just recording from the car park, so at a bit of a higher vantage point. I'm just going to get a bit lower, more eye level with the subjects and get some footage and then get some pictures. I might, if I want more reach, because I don't want to disturb anything, I might end up putting on the teleconverter. So I've got a 2x teleconverter, which then gives me a 1200mm reach. And for video, it's actually very good. It does make my lens f13, but we won't speak about that. Still does the trick. What I'll do, I'll just get some footage without the teleconverter, then I'll pop it on just to show you the difference. And this way, I can also show you how far I can be from my subjects and yeah, give you a bit of perspective. The footage that you've just seen there was, the first bit will be the 180 to 600 at 600 with no teleconverter. And then after that, I have it with the teleconverter and then also using the, I think it's a 1.5x crop, which basically with the Z9, I can do that and still get good resolution and be closer to the subject. So then it gives me, instead of having just 1200mm with the teleconverter, it's more like, I believe, 1800 or something like that. The pros and the cons of the teleconverter. So the teleconverter is this chap here. Basically what it does, it's like a magnifying glass and it multiplies everything by 2. So my focal length becomes a 360 to 1200mm focal length and my aperture becomes a, I believe it's a 5.6. So then it would be like an 11 to f13, which is very dark. Now, when the weather's bright enough, I use it for video because with frame rates, basically, I would only be at a shutter speed of, say, 250 maximum. With the aperture very high, it kind of cuts down light enough that I don't need a neutral density filter, and it all kind of works out. So I'm not against using it for video. I think the detail is good enough, it holds up. That's about the teleconverter, and that's why I use it. I'm going to take it off now, though, because I can switch quickly between photo and video. If something's happening and I want to get video and quickly switch to photo mode, if I have the teleconverter on, my settings will just be all wrong for photography. I won't be able to get the shutter speed I want for any fast action. So I'll take the teleconverter off now and go see what I can find. As you can see behind me, the sun is rather bright, it's rising, and right now I'm backlit, so I'm in the shadow. You won't be able to see me very well. Later in this video, I will try and get some shots to demonstrate different ways that you can use the natural light to get different feelings to your images. Today, what I'm planning to do is the area that I'm going to, it will be lit by the sun and the sun will be at my back. That means that any of my subjects will be well lit. I should be able to see the colour and texture of their feathers or fur, and there shouldn't be too much shadow. The other shot I'll be getting is if they are more to the right of me, there will be more shadow on the left side of the subject. What I'll do, I will put pictures up of each and say whether it's, you know, sun behind me or sun hitting them from the side, and you'll see what I mean. Then the final shot that I'll go for is them being backlit by the sun. So that's where I'll be working with the higher shutter speed, low ISO, and they will end up silhouetted, and you get some pretty atmospheric and interesting shots that way. I'll put up examples and I'll label them so it's clear. I was just walking along and I heard some disgusting noises. I didn't know what it was. And all of a sudden, I saw these little orange legs appear. I think they're called turnstones. I have to double check it in my bird guide, but they blend in so well. I'm going to hang around for a second, see if I can get some shots and some video of them. I've seen a skylark, so I'm going to try and get closer to that. I'd love to get one making it so the noise that they make. Something like that. So we'll see how we go. I don't hold much hope because they're quite, you know, elusive. But I'll hang around, see what happens. I also have a little trick up my sleeve which I'm going to crack out soon. I'll show you that shortly. And then I'm just going to sit out and wait and see what comes to me. I'm at a good location here now. I've got my sneaky trick ready to be set up. Be prepared to be amazed. This is a very good idea. I recommend if you don't have one, get one. See what you think. As you'll have just seen, I set up my chair. So this is my sneaky trick. Now I think this is great because if you're moving around a lot, the wildlife tends to get a little bit wary of you and it will be a bit skittish and it won't act normal. If I sit here for a little while, there's some geese over there, tide's coming in. If I sit here and become part of the fabric, I have a much better chance of things coming to me and then I can get some better shots of it. I've got my 3D camo suit with me. I shouldn't see any people here, so I don't mind putting it on. So I'm going to get dressed into that, get my tripod set up, and I'll just sit and see what happens. packed up now. I'm traveling light, camera, not even the microphone on it, and just gonna walk around and see what I can see and try and make some images. I did actually manage to get an image of the white birds I mentioned earlier, so I'll put that up and I'll identify them. I'm pretty sure this is my worst habit. I look a bird up, find its name, then forget. And the next time I see it, I'm going, what's that bird again? So I'll just go look it up again in my book. Yeah, my girlfriend was good for Christmas. She got me a bird identification book. So it'll come in quite handy when it comes to the seabirds. I'll crack that out, put the birds up, and we'll go see what else I can find. So I've just moved to a new position down the shore, and I'm prone on my front, and yeah, I was laying here and a huge flock of oyster catchers flew by. It's fantastic. I've got some nice shots, so I'm nice and low, so I'm pretty much eye level with them. There was a lot of them. I'm not sure how many, but yeah, fantastic. Really nice to see. I did also get some shots of curlew, and sadly there I just missed some shots of brent geese. So I was trying to connect my microphone up, it was messing around. But I do hope there's some more brent geese down there. If I wait here for a bit longer, I think I could be in with a chance of some good brent geese shots. Oh well, yeah, they didn't come my direction in the end. They seem quite content, so I don't want to hang around too long. I don't want to disturb them. So I'm gonna concede the defeat and start making my way back to the car, I think. So one thing I just thought of there that I wanted to speak about. For anyone who photographs regularly at the beach or anything like that, I have found, my own personal experience, that my tripod, if I have the feet out and they're in the sand, then I put the legs back up into the tripod, it will get clogged. It's a nightmare to sort out. So something that I found has helped is always leave maybe on your last extension of the leg, maybe half of it extended. And if you need to get lower, you just click the legs out and put them to the side a bit. For anyone who hasn't done much at the beach with their tripod, if they've had this issue, this may help it. And before you do put the feet back in fully, just give them a rinse off. I tend to find that helps quite a lot. Otherwise you have to disassemble the tripod and clean it, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for today's video. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Sod's Law, some of you may have heard in the outro there, some birds calling overhead. I didn't know where that was coming from, then I looked up. There's a big old flock of golden plovers, or plovers, I forget how to pronounce it, but they were overhead. So, Sod's Law, you put your camera away, you're ready to go home, then there's something. Anyway, officially, goodbye, and thanks for watching.